Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coastal Living. It's Friday, and we have all your favorite Friday segments, the fishing line, your beach report, the weekend weather, what's going on around the bend, and so much more. Of course, some live music, and we're going to find out what's happening at Art Walk this weekend. Stick with us. It's Coastal Living. Ow!
Celebrating everything the Coastal Bend has to offer.
This is a great place to live, so let's talk about it.
Get the scoop on the latest trends, popular fashions, hottest music, exciting events, and so much more.
Come on, let's have some fun.
This is Coastal Living on KZTV. Now your host, Clarissa Serna.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We're doing the Friday dance? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Friday dance.
It's Friday. I'm going to get that song stuck in your head.
Please don't. Oh, God. I think you already started it.
I did. It's been done. Welcome, everyone, to Coastal Living. Thanks for hanging with us today and all week long if you're one of our regulars. We're obviously in a really great mood. It's been a fun week. It's nice and cool outside.
Yes,
and
I love it.
Daylight savings time. So around the corner, we're springing forward, finally.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though.
Well, maybe not for our
because we lose an hour of sleep instead of gaining that, which we do in the fall, and I'm a little...
Do you have a season that you prefer? Do you prefer for it to get dark sooner or later?
I really like having a longer day, so I do like springing forward, but, you know, I really like to sleep. So
Sure.
I'm going to be going to sleep an hour earlier now, maybe an hour and a half.
Yes, well, or you can start to psych yourself out starting today and start like shifting your schedule. So now with technology, a lot of us don't have to worry about, you know, changing the time on our phones per se, but you still got to do the stove, your alarm clock, if you use an old school alarm clock, your car. So just to make sure you get to church on Sunday at the right time, make sure you're aware of that and make sure you're ready to spring forward and get plenty of sleep for work on Monday, especially what time do you get up? 4?
I don't get up at 4.
Okay.
You get up really
Oh,
early
girl,
because you have
no.
to put on that makeup.
I hit the snooze 18 times and I got this down. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah, I usually roll out of bed.
Yeah, good.
Usually. If I'm being the associate producer and I'm sitting in that corner over there, I roll literally out of bed and people are like, wow, I like your look today. And I'm
what
like,
happened?
thanks, this is bedhead.
All natural. Well, speaking of lack of sleep, I'm sort of working on low sleep because I had the opportunity to be the MC for the Blazing Film Independent Film Short Festival, the inaugural.
What a mouthful.
It is. Out in Kingsville. So there's one theater in Kingsville. They have been working tirelessly for 2 years to create this event. It was very inspiring. A good group of people were there, lots of students from school who are very passionate about it. And it was such an honor to be there, especially with the company of my son and my mother who
He is
joined
so
me.
cute.
And you know, they're interesting films. Some of them are foreign, they're short, they're like 6 to 15 minutes long. Some had subtitles, some were just really interesting. The theme was like the poetic aspect of these films, so it wasn't like what you would normally see on Netflix or something.
Okay.
So, you know, it was cute because I didn't think my son would be able to sit through that, but he actually was like, what are they doing, Mommy? What they saying? What's happening? And he
Aw.
sat through the whole thing. As long as I had popcorn in his lap, we were good. So it was an honor to be there, and congratulations to Kingsville for getting yourselves on the map with a big film festival. It's a huge deal, and I know it's inspiring to all the locals to know that there's something they could potentially be a part of in the near future. So very big deal, awesome, and I feel fine. It's okay. I lost a little sleep, but we're good.
And you have something else going on tonight as well, right?
You know, it's a busy life I live, and people are like, how do you do it all? But my answer is just, while I'm this age and I have the energy, I just use the energy, because I can't save it for later, so might as well, right? Tonight, get ready, because we are going to be hanging out at Rockets Whiskey Bar downtown.
Ooh,
where
look at you with that windblown
Yes,
hair.
honey, my Beyonce moment. Every first Friday we perform at Rockets. We've been doing it for like probably about 4 years now. It's really great, especially now that some of the revitalization of downtown has been complete. I mean, the streets are open, it's beautiful, and we have Art Walk, so it's a great excuse to get out there, enjoy Art Walk, and then go and have an adult beverage if you like, and enjoy some live music, not only with myself, but there's music everywhere, so just take the time to get out and walk around downtown. We hadn't been able to do that in a few decades.
Yes.
So it's great to see the life that has been brought back to downtown Corpus Christi, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But we got to get started. You know, Captain Don Little couldn't make it in today, but he did send us a video. He's going to school us. We're going to get ready for your favorite Friday segment. It's the Coastal Living Fishing Line.
Hey everybody, it's Captain John Little here. with your Coastal Living fishing line. We've been talking about the top waters, and today I'm going to show you how to tie them to your line. Basically, you're going to take it right out of the package. This is a Heddon Super Spook Junior. You're going to take it right out of the package, and we can zoom in a little closer here so you can see it. You're going to come right through this eye. As soon as you come through the eye, you're going to wrap around the main line 7 times. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to take the end of this line and you're going to go through the little hole that you made here. And then once you do that, as you can see, you made another loop, and you're going to come right back through that loop. And once you do, you're going to pull it tight. You're going to slide it all the way down, and whenever it comes all the way to the eye of the lure, you're going to tighten it up just like so, and you'll tag your trim your tag end right here. My dentist loves when I do this. I trim it with my teeth, and that's how you tie it, and it's a done deal, just like that. So once you throw this lure out, of course, like I said, you're going to let it hit the water, let your wake disappear. As soon as your wake disappears, then when you start working it. Whenever you start working that lure, fish is going to come up and explode on it. This is a really good lure to use this time of year. This is the Super Spook Junior in the bone color, and you'll have a lot of success with this rig right here. So good luck. I hope you can make it out on the water this weekend. It looks like a great weekend to get out, and those big trout are going to be really hungry, so make sure y'all try to get out there and try to catch them. So miss you back there at the studio, but I've got to watch my little girls play track, so I'm watching that, and I hope that y'all have a really good weekend out on the water. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next Friday.
How'd yours come out, Kendall?
So I was really confident. I looked at his little picture that he posted on the post last night. I really thought I had it, and I was like 1, 2, 3, magic number 7, and then I got this little mess.
Okay.
So this would fall off in the water. This is.
I'm not sure what I did. Mine feels pretty secure. It's probably not exactly what he wanted us to do, but I did make this cute little bracelet.
Aw, friendship bracelet.
So while you guys are fishing, I'll just make little friendship bracelets for us. That'll be fun. Hopefully you guys learned a little thing or two from that. Maybe we might need a replay in slow-mo next time.
we need some help, Captain Little.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna need a redo on that, Captain John. But thank you for teaching us, because the knots can be really complicated, and he really did break it down. I got a cute bracelet out of it. I'll make you one too, so we can. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Thank you, Captain John, for checking in while you are so busy and spending time with your family. Now we do have a fun show coming up today. Jocelyn is in Rockport Fulton to tell us all about the big Oyster Fest weekend events. First Friday information and other events are coming up from around the bend. And of course, Dan Harrington is here for a live musical performance. But first, coming up after the break, if you happen to be stuck inside this weekend, maybe you're under the weather, we're going to give you all the binge-worthy weekend flicks that you need to check out. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
First, let's talk some weather. Can you hear me? Yes, I know. It's. We're with Coastal Living.
There's a show called Coastal Living. Okay. Cool.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Coastal Living. Now, later in the show, we'll tell you what's going on around the bend, but not everybody has the luxury of going out this weekend. Some of you might be stuck at home, feeling under the weather, and of course, the best thing to do is stay home, have some soup, a little R&R.
My favorite.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we did some homework, and we were actually just kind of brainstorming about all of the favorite binge-worthy shows that we've all been watching on our streaming services, so we wanted to share those with you. My first recommendation, I've been obsessed, I'm almost done with it, is The Servant. It's on Apple TV. Now, you're gonna doubt what you believe from M. Night Shyamalan's Servant, which follows a Philadelphia couple in mourning after an unspeakable tragedy creates a rift in their marriage and opens the door for a mysterious force to enter their home. It's creepy, it keeps you guessing, it's a little disturbing, but it's all in all, it's good, and every single episode, and you know that's when they do it right. Of course, M. Night Shyamalan is a genius, but at the end of every episode, you're like, oh, I gotta watch the next one. So I've lost a lot of sleep over that.
Don't take any parenting tips from that one. If you notice they picked up the baby, do not pick your baby up that way.
Is it a real baby? You have to find out by watching. Yeah, I know. Also, over on Hulu, and I've binge watched this one before. If you haven't seen, there are 3 seasons of The Handmaid's Tale. Have you seen Handmaid's Tale?
I haven't, but I've been wanting to see it.
Okay.
So tell me all about it.
It's hard to describe, so I'm glad I have this here. Based on the Margaret Atwood novel, The Handmaid's Tale, it's set in a future run by fundamentalist government renamed Gilead. Now, the fertility rate has bottomed out for women, so they've been deprived of their rights, and men have actually turned them into basically reproductive vessels, so almost like slaves. This future, however, is so recently removed from the present that the misery of women are forced to be submissive through electroshock and other forms of absolute torture is compounded by haunting memories of their most recent past. So it's really crazy because it seems like it's this entire other world that's so far gone, but in reality, it was only a few years before that they had a perfectly normal life, some of them children. So it can be difficult to watch at times. Of course, this is more of an adult series, but it definitely keeps you hanging on for more. And if you're gonna be in the house all weekend, there's 3 seasons, so.
Those are binge worthy. And it's scary because like that could happen.
You never know.
Not saying that it should or would,
No.
but it could.
You just really don't
And
know.
that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
So I have been binging these 2 series on Netflix. These are on Netflix. And if you're really into reality shows, you should check out Love is Blind on Netflix. It asks the question, is love really blind? Host Nick and Vanessa Lachey bring together single people looking to meet the person they want to spend the rest of their life with without ever seeing them.
What?
So these men and women sit in rooms with a wall between them and they never actually see each other. So they talk and they get this emotional connection and then they propose to each other based on this emotional connection.
Interesting.
And then after they propose, that's when they actually see each other for the first time.
Oh, wow. So not even until you propose.
Yes. So they propose, they see each other, and then they get thrown into reality, and they have to do daily tasks. They're going to work, they're eating, they're on their phones, which social media kind of tears them apart a little bit. And it's just a really interesting concept, and they refer to as an experiment the whole time.
Kind of like The Voice, but with marriage.
Yeah.
Weird. Kind of sketchy. I'll check it out, though. What What else you got?
So there's another show, I'm actually a big fan of this one. It's called The Circle. And this is another one where people cannot see each other. I think Netflix is on this like don't see each other binge and like personality is everything. So it's like social media, but in real life. And so these contestants are competing against each other, but they actually start to become friends. And so they're rating each other, they're liking each other's pictures, they're liking each other's statuses, but it's all in real life. And at the end, the #1 contestant wins $100,000. And so even though they're becoming friends, there's still a winner
But
and
the
a
catch
loser.
is, right, that they're living under the same roof, but they never physically see each other. They each
Yes.
have their own apartments, and they actually only communicate through social media. So they could be catfishing each other and all
Exactly.
that stuff. Definitely one I want to check out. I've heard y'all talking about it in the office, and I'm like, okay, I'm not into reality, but I'll check out The Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, we hope you got a few tips and some ideas for something to watch this weekend, or maybe just to put you to sleep if that's how you go to bed. But we have more great stuff coming up during our show today. We have all the scoop on the things you need to know before your spring break on the beach when we return with our Coastal Bend Beach Report, plus Jocelyn will give us an update on our weekend weather. We'll be back on Coastal Living. Hey you! Don't go anywhere. You're watching Coastal Living. We'll be right back.
Oh. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, Rockport, Fulton. It's a little bit windy by the water. This is
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
All right, welcome back. Now we're checking in with Jocelyn out in Rockport, Fulton to see what our weekend weather looks like. Jocelyn?
Hey there, Clarissa. Well, let me just tell you, it is a beautiful day out here in Rockport, Fulton, but I'm going to show you why. Did you see what I did there? Why we're out here later on in the show, but first, let's talk weekend weather.
All right, so it looks like we lost Jocelyn. Maybe the wind, maybe the weather, but we do look like we have a nice weekend of weather to look forward to. It looks like it's mostly sunny today, low of 54, high of 70. Tomorrow, a little more cloudy, but that's okay. It doesn't show any rain, and that's the good news. So low of 61 and a high of 67, and then of course Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 71, low of 65. All in all, I think carry a light sweater, and you'll be good to go.
Carry a light sweater.
What movie is that from? Miss Congeniality,
Miss
right?
Congeniality.
What's the perfect day? I think it's April.
April, whatever.
Anyway, weather looks great. No excuse to get out if you're able to go out and enjoy the great weather. Speaking of which, some of you might have plans to head out to the beach. And you know, this is the time of year where it's spring break, but it never fails that either during spring break we have really bad weather or it's just cold. So great if you really have tough skin and you feel good in your bikini, but maybe just take a jacket and some leggings just in case. But we're going to go over the top 3 things that you need to know before spring breaking on the beach. This is our territory. We love and care for our coastal bend very deeply, and we want to make sure that we're prepared and we're prepared to educate our friends that are visiting. So first and foremost, make sure that you have your beach parking permit. Do you have yours yet?
I do not.
Okay,
So I'm gonna have to go get mine.
It's time. They're everywhere. On Padre Island, you know, we have the luxury of getting to drive on the beach and park near the water. Now, if you didn't know, we're one of the very few beaches that you can drive on in the United States. This isn't like a normal thing, which blew my mind when I went to San Diego once upon a time. I was like, why are we parking over here? We have to walk. Yeah, so get the sticker. You have to display the sticker on your windshield. It's only like $12. You can get them at Stripes. You can actually get them when you drive into the beach, but make sure you have it because $12 compared to like the $250 ticket that you're going to pay.
You don't want to pay that ticket.
Not worth it. Yeah. So you can catch those at Stripes, H-E-B, all those good places. Also, you know, some of us have lived here our entire lives and we've had no idea that these flags flying when we get to the beach actually have a meaning behind them. So you see a little chart there of the meaning behind some of these flags. Of course, the red is a common symbol for danger, right? It means that the conditions are extremely dangerous, usually suggesting that beachgoers and surfers should avoid the water, although not everybody listens. If you do enter the water, it's best to proceed with caution, of course. Yellow flags mean that conditions are moderately hazardous. And of course, you know, maybe it's just a little bit windier than usual, so be careful in the choppy water, nothing to be too concerned about. And of course, swimmers are permitted to swim, but be cognizant of their surroundings. Green flag means go.
Go. Green
You're
means
Gucci.
go.
Yeah, you're good to go. Water conditions are safe to enjoy, kick back, relax, and enjoy the beautiful coastal bend. So take note of what those flags mean. The blue flags actually mean that, that marine life like jellyfish, stingrays, and man-o-wars are present and could pose potential health risks.
Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
I have not. You?
I've been stung by a jellyfish from like the top part of my back all the way down to my leg, and you do not pee on it.
Really?
You don't.
I thought that was a thing. Like everyone knows. You just
No, because it's like an open wound. Would
Okay.
you go to the potty on your little scratch?
I mean, in an emergency situation. But if now that I know it doesn't work, what was the other thing I've heard? Is it beer salt? No.
Oh,
it's
just
meat
leave it alone.
tenderizer, I think, that you're supposed to just like keep in your car because it helps
it's
with
hurting
things
my
like
back
that.
right
Don't
now.
quote me. I'm not a doctor. I'm the host of a show. So
Just throw
Yeah.
some Neosporin on it, guys. Come on.
absolutely. So be aware of the flags. And last but not least, you want to know your location. Things can happen on the beach. Have you ever had an emergency situation on the beach?
I haven't, but I know people that have.
Okay.
And so you have to know your surroundings.
Yes.
It is so important.
About this time last year, my fiance and I got out to the beach to meet the family. We all get out with our son, thank God, go back in to grab something and realize that we locked our keys in the car. Yay.
Wow.
Yeah, so when you call Pop a Lock or if there's an emergency and you need to explain where you are, you can't always just go off of the mile marker. So look at the colors here, understand the color-coded signs, and then there's reflective tape corresponding to different areas on the beach. So just be aware of your surroundings. When you're pulling in, take note of the name of the beach, the mile marker that you're close to, and just know how to describe it in the event that something happens to you or someone around you. Anything can happen. So we want you to be safe out there. And last but not least, what do we need to do?
Pick up your trash. Pick up your trash, guys.
Yes. this
Don't
is
litter our beaches.
Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with those sea
right.
turtles.
So, top 3 things to know about our beaches. 1, get your beach parking permit. 2,
Know the warning flag system.
and 3, know your location. Hope you all have fun and a safe time out there. And don't forget, no glass bottles out on the beach either.
That's right.
So be safe, guys. All right, up next, First Friday means a fun weekend in downtown Corpus Christi. Find out what activities we can expect to enjoy this weekend when we return on Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So, but yeah,
Sometimes on the weekends.
sometimes when I like to party with the boys.
Say your name and count to 10, please.
What's that?
Which one?
Dan? Jordan or Dan?
Oh,
Oh.
I just heard Mike. Sorry,
Okay.
my name was Mike. I'm sorry.
Mike.
Daniel.
Jordan,
Daniel.
name and count to 10.
Jordan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Daniel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. All right, thank you.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Please welcome our next guest, Jordan Michael. She's the Communication and Events Manager for Downtown Corpus Christi, and Daniel Benavides with Corpus Christi Comic-Con. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, so this is something new. We visit with Jordan regularly on Fridays and love to hear what's happening, but we'll find out while you're with us in just a second. It's First
Excellent.
Friday. What do we normally expect from First Fridays?
So First Friday is Art Walk in downtown Corpus Christi. So we will be in Artesian and La Retama parks,
Okay.
just like always. We've got about 40 vendors that'll be in Artesian Park. Across the board, artists, crafts, different vendors, just so many different things just to come check out and see all the creativity that Corpus Christi has to offer. We'll also have Sierra Dawn playing in the gazebo at Artesian Park.
Yeah, she's been making a big presence here in the Coastal Bend, right?
She has. She's
Awesome.
really awesome. She plays with us fairly often, so we're excited to have her.
Good.
So then we will be going over to La Retama Park to have Art Walk Movie Night with
Okay.
Corpus Christi Comic-Con. They are
Nice.
sponsoring Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
All right, and Dan, tell me about this collaboration and why Spider-Man for our first one.
So the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is arguably one of the best Spider-Man movies ever.
I second that.
Fight me on that.
My
But
son
it's really,
agrees.
yeah, it's really good, and so we've just have a passion for doing things here in town, and doing something with Art Walk just made so much sense in the downtown management district. They've been doing such a great job with all the events they have going on, and it just seemed like a great partnership. And so I reached out to them, and they were gung ho. So I'm like, let's do it.
The light bulbs went off and the sparks flew. Wonderful. And so this is at Retama Park, and of course, Art Walk is a free event. Anybody
Absolutely.
can come check it out. We can come enjoy the movie as well. What do we need to bring with us if we want to enjoy all of the festivities?
So we encourage you to bring towels, blankets, chairs. You can set them up there in the park. We will have some food vendors. We've got some pizzas, some Fulton kettle corn. They have amazing kettle or pizza or popcorn. So they'll be going on as well, and we'll have some other food vendors. So just come and hang out. So Art Walk starts at 5:30,
Okay.
and then the movie will start at 6:30. So you can kind of come do Art Walk and then start the movie. Got to wait till the sun goes down a little bit.
Sure.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and nice weather.
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to. Really cool. And so Art Walk has obviously been around for a long time. It keeps growing. Downtown just keeps getting better and better. What about parking for anyone who plans on going and is kind of clueless? We've kind of got the parking situation improving, right?
Yeah, so there are places that you can park downtown, and one of the things that I think people don't always realize is that after 6 p.m. and on the weekdays and then on the weekends, you can park anywhere. So on the street parking, the meters don't charge you.
Okay.
So find a place to park.
Take a mental note, all right? And, we're bragging about how beautiful downtown Corpus Christi looks now. We've seen it develop and bloom so much, especially just in the past decade. And one of the things I appreciate is the abundance of art that we have. It's one of those things I used to see in Austin and be like, man, why can't Corpus have this kind of stuff? And then I blink my eyes and all of a sudden it's
Corpus has it.
colorful, it's vibrant, and it's showing off local art. We have some more of that to look forward to. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so last year the DMD put together the electrical box murals. They'd done it before, we brought it back. And so we had 6 electrical box murals on Mesquite Street that needed painting because they were just silver and they needed sprucing. So this is some of the ones that were done last year, and we're doing it again. This time it'll be on Water Street. We have 8 that we are looking for artists to submit renderings, and we are going to be selecting 8 new electrical box murals. The deadline to apply is next Wednesday by 5 p.m. And you can go to our website, which is Go Downtown CC for the call for artist, and get all the information. And it'll be a Facebook vote too. So once we get all the
nice.
renderings, we're going to put them on Facebook next Thursday, and then whichever ones has the most likes, we'll get to those. Will be the ones chosen. And so it's a lot of fun to get feedback from the community of what they want to see.
Definitely. And so do you have to have any special qualifications, a degree, some sort of reputation to
No.
nominate yourself for this?
No, I mean, you submit your rendering and we put it on Facebook, the community chooses. And
How awesome,
so-
because you know, in my mind, we've seen these around town. I'm like, oh, okay, you have to be like someone real special to get to do that. And you have to go through approval and stuff like that. But in my case, I'm thinking of the young kids that are just so incredibly talented or really great at digital design and know how to translate that into painted art. So it's a really great opportunity if you're watching and your grandson or your child is just insanely talented and has the ability to do this type of art. What an amazing thing to be able to brag about, you know,
Right,
your friends
yeah.
in middle school or high school are like, oh, no big deal, I just have a big piece of art in downtown Corpus Christi. It's kind of permanent, kind of a big deal. So that's something to look forward to, and they can visit
They can visit godowntowncc.com
for all the
information.
details. Okay, wonderful. We have till next Wednesday to sign up for that. So let's go back to something else that's colorful, Comic-Con, which we have to look forward to very soon. For those who don't know what Comic-Con is, can we give them a quick explanation?
Yeah, it's just a big nerd festival. You know, it's a pop culture festival. There's vendors, celebrities, artists. It's just a huge blast. It's our 4th year, so we're super excited about this year.
Very cool. And do we have any ideas of what we have to look forward to?
Absolutely. We're actually making a ton of announcements next week.
Cool.
We'll come out with some celebrity announcements.
You don't want to spill the beans on like one of them?
Oh man,
You're on Coastal Living.
you know, I can't just yet, but
Okay, all right.
it's going to be worth the wait. Tickets go on sale next week as well. We're going 3 days this year, so it's a bigger show. Every year we've gotten bigger, and I'm really looking forward to 2020.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to it as well. Maybe we've inspired some people to check that out and start preparing, because you want to dress to the nines for these Comic-Con events. So let's go over the details one more time. You want to check out Art Walk First Friday tonight, and that starts at 5 p.m. We have Spider-Man to watch around 6:30 at Rotama Park. There's vendors, there's food, and so many great things to enjoy. So get out, enjoy this weather, enjoy that quality time with your family, or if it's just the grown-ups, you can actually just come check me out at Rockets afterwards. Starts at 10. All right. Thank you for joining us today, guys. We always enjoy having you to tell us what's going on downtown. And hey, submit your art, and it could be on display on Water Street. That's amazing. What a huge accomplishment. And can anyone do it? Do you have to be
Anyone
from
can.
Corpus?
No, not
Anybody?
necessarily.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell my Tio Pepe. All right, up next we have so many more great things coming up on Coastal Living, guys. You don't want to move a muscle. We'll be right back. You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living. Music Festival. Ingleside Roundup
Okay.
Music Festival.
JBBM Ingleside.
Ashley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Welcome back, everyone. Here with me is Ashley from JBBM Marketing to tell us about a big event happening in Ingleside. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us again. It's the Ingleside Roundup Days of Music Festival on March 20th and 21st.
Mark your calendars. And what do we have to look forward to? 2 days are tough to fill, but I know you'll have it taken care of.
Yes, we've got it packed. We've got Battle of the Bands, so a bunch of local bands are coming in and competing for who's the best of the best.
Okay.
We have that. We have, of course, headliners coming in for nighttime. We've got carnival food vendors. We've got the milking parlor. We've got stick horse races, all kinds of fun stuff for the entire family.
Very cool. And it's only $5 for admission, which is great. Of course, you can keep up with everything on social media because that's where all the action is. Now, can you recall any of the headliners that we have to look forward to?
No, I don't.
Not right now. You're on live TV. It's tough. But one thing we do know is that our performer today, Dan Harrington, will be performing, correct?
Yes, he will.
And if you watch regularly, you know this. If you're just tuning in for the first time, we've actually had a series going on where we are featuring different groups that are participating in Battle of the Bands. So it's important to support local, especially when people have original music to showcase. It's an interesting art, and it's tough to put yourself out there, but it's so rewarding when you get that support from the community. Tell me why it was important for you all to host a Battle of the Bands.
Basically, you covered it all. It's just supporting our local musicians and getting their names out there and helping them reach the community with what they're doing. So we've got several different genres. So we've got, the country, the acoustic, the classic rock, and then we've got some hard rock that's coming out. So
a little
we've
bit of
got
everything.
Yes, we do.
And how's the voting work for that?
So we have got celebrity judges that is real hush right now.
Okay. I love it.
They're going to come out and they're going to
check out the music and decide who the winner is.
Yes,
okay.
for sure.
Great. So we know we have lots of live music, and then of course all the things you expect from a festival: good food, entertainment, great things for the kiddos. We've had you on a couple of times. Let's learn more about you, Ashley. What do you do a lot here in the community? In fact, you and I have run into each other quite a bit lately at these events happening. Tell me more about yourself.
We are JBBM Marketing. We're a full service marketing agency, so we can run your social media, do your websites. We have promotional products, we do events, we do the whole shebang.
Awesome. And what are some of your favorite events that you've been a part of recently?
Right now, it's the Ingleside Roundup Days Music Festival. We love partnering. We've partnered recently with Brewster's. We had the Galentine's Day.
That's right.
Yes.
And the day before that was the Get Ice.
Yes.
So you have a busy schedule, girlfriend.
Yes, we do.
Wonderful. And so that's happening. The festival is March
20th and 21st.
20th and 21st in Ingleside. What else do we want to consider when we're planning on heading out there with the variety of activities to do? What should we be prepared for and have our kids prepared for? Sunblock, it's going to be hot.
Definitely, definitely. And then, of course, the gate admission's only $5. They also have a VIP tent. You can purchase VIP tickets and be front and center for the whole event.
Nice.
So they've got food in the tent, your alcohol in the tent, everything for VIPs. So your parking will be $5. There's a designated area for parking. All of this stuff can be purchased online. They're also having a pancake breakfast Saturday morning, starting at 7:30. So everything there, I want to say too, is going to support some local nonprofits.
Wonderful, which we all like to hear. And how did this end up in Ingleside?
So it's been a festival they've been having for forever. So
and it's just grown and grown, and now it's very notable. We're very excited to encourage you all to be out there. And for anyone who's interested in the VIP tickets, how much are those?
Those are $50.
$50 per person. Not a big deal really when it includes all those great things.
Correct.
So we want to encourage you all to go out, not only support local music and find out who these big artists are, but enjoy all the festivities out in Ingleside. We really try to cover all the different areas around, Corpus Christi to make sure everybody's included. We know you're watching, and we want to make sure you have something to do in your area. So head out to Ingleside and enjoy everything they have to offer. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
You did great. She was nervous. That's fine. Okay, guys, up next, we're going to let you know what's happening around the bend. We have a live musical performance and so much more. You're watching Coastal Living. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Coastal Living. Let's go over what's happening around the bend. In Robstown tonight and tomorrow, it's the Gulf Coast Gem and Mineral Show from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Richard M. Borchard Regional Fairgrounds. You can watch experts work on lapidary and rock-related arts and see how a piece of rock becomes a piece of jewelry or even a sculpture. You can learn how rock specimens are identified, and there will be over 20 case exhibits set up featuring every aspect of the gems and minerals. Very interesting, so much to learn. There will be an education and entertainment segment for the kids, a silent auction, and so much more. Get this, adults are only $6 for a 2-day pass, and the kiddos, 12 and under, are totally free as long as they're accompanied by an adult. Why wouldn't they be if they're under 12, right? And of course, Scouts in uniform have free admission, so make plans to head out there and learn about gems and minerals. Awesome. So tomorrow at Whataburger Field right here in Corpus Christi, it's the 33rd annual Goodwill Run from 7 to 9:30 a.m. You can enjoy a 10K, a 5K, and a 2-mile walk along the beautiful scenic Corpus Christi Bay. That starts and finishes, of course, at Whataburger Field. There's a $30 entry fee with proceeds helping to support the Goodwill mission. For more information, you can visit the 2020 Goodwill Run 5K, 10K, and 2-mile walk event on their Facebook page. Tomorrow in Rockport at 8 a.m., you can make plans to attend the 32nd annual Whooping Crane Strut 5 and 10K. That's happening at the Rockport Beach Park's Little Bay Pavilion. This chip time race includes a 2-mile walk, a 5K run, and a 10K run, so there's something for everyone. Plus, the cost is $25 for advance tickets or $30 on the day of the race. $5 from every registration is going to the Friends of Aransas and Matagorda Island National Wildlife Refuge Water for Wildlife Fund. You'll enjoy live music, refreshments, and door prizes to add to all the excitement you're already having. For more information, call 727-2158 or visit cityofrockport.com. All right, up next tomorrow at Bar Under the Sun, also known as Bus Downtown, we're going Loca for Local, presented by So Bonita from 12 to 5 p.m. You don't want to miss this one-day event in honor of International Women's Day. Oh, yes. This will be a one-stop shop to buy from amazing and unique vendors, many of them local. Perfect time to grab those Mother's Day and Easter gifts, very unique ideas and handmade things from our own people here. Don't forget they are kid and dog friendly, so bring the whole familia. This event is also a product drive for Period Corpus Christi. You might recognize them as guests on our show. So they want to be able to collect product for the Period mission. So if you bring tampons or pads, that's greatly appreciated. The event is free and open to the public, so we hope to see you all there. You can visit locaforlocal.com for more information. Now, spring break means the start of March Madness. Tomorrow at American Bank Center, the TAMU-CC Islanders basketball doubleheader begins with the women's team taking on Houston Baptist University at 1 p.m. Then the men will tip off shortly after their game at 3:30. Now, if you're not able to make it to the American Bank Center, we understand and we have you covered. Head over to our sister station on KDF as we will broadcast both games for you guys. So we're rooting you on. Go Islanders! Okay, and this Sunday from 4 to 7 at House of Rock downtown, you want to get inspired, you want to get motivated, you want to meet some great people around the community. Make plans to attend Intellectual Beauty, Equal and Even Masterclass of 2020, featuring a few of the Coastal Bend's most accomplished women sharing their professional journey. So that's going to include sharing stories about their obstacles that they've faced and overcome, successes, and words of wisdom for the professional and everyone. Speakers include some past favorites from Coastal Living, like Miss Elena Flores of So Bonita, local attorney Kayla Holzenbach McMains, Kylie Kennett Cooper of The Bend Magazine, and so many more. I'm going to be there as well. It's a great opportunity to get re-inspired, to pursue your dreams, and of course to mix and mingle with some wonderful men and women from around the area. So there's so many great things to do around the Bend this weekend. We hope you get out there and enjoy them. But we want you to stay in your seats because up next, after the break, it's our live performance with Dan Harrington, and you don't want to miss it. Stick around. You're watching Coastal Living. Want to be featured on Coastal Living? Post a pic on our Facebook or Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
Dan, go ahead and play a little bit.
I miss the ocean. I miss the sand in my toes. I miss the ocean.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Coastal Living. Now we have our next guest, Dan Harrington, who is a contestant on Battle of the Bands, which we just finished talking about. Welcome, Dan. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're used to seeing some local artists here, but you're recently local. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Moved here about a year ago. Came here to visit a friend and go sailing. Loved it. Said we had to be here. So moved here about a year ago and just been loving the Coastal Bend.
Awesome. We love to hear that because we're so proud of where we come from. Tell me about what got you started in the music industry.
Actually, my wife bought me a set of strings for an old guitar I had sitting in the closet one Christmas and a lesson. And I wanted to be able to sit on the back of my boat, play some Jimmy Buffett, and just kind of went from there.
So it just clicked? And
Well, no, it wouldn't just click. It was something that
took some practice.
Took a little practice.
Okay.
I'm not one of these guys that has a whole lot of just like natural God-given talent, so it's just you got to work and work.
Well,
and work.
we'll be the judge of that in a minute. Now, the question is, do you get to hang out on your boat and play guitar?
I
now?
do get to hang out on my boat and play guitar.
Wonderful. And not only that, but have you always been a poet or a songwriter, or is this something that
I
just kind of
always
came
like
with it?
writing a little bit. Don't really do it as much as I'd like to. Don't have time for it as much as I'd like to,
Sure.
but just do enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, we know you're excited about participating in Battle of the Bands, but why do you think it's important to have events like that?
I think supporting live music is awesome. The community does a good job of that. And just to be a part of it, get my name out there a little bit, play some music, see other great artists, that's what it's all about.
All right. And this next song you're going to perform is about your love for the Coastal Bend, right?
It is. I wrote it several years ago, kind of when I was wanting to get back to the Bend, or get back to the coast rather, and we'd always go visit, and I'd get back home like, man, I really miss it.
You miss
So
it.
it's kind
What's the name of the song?
It's called The Ocean.
The Ocean. All right. Well, take it away, Dan.
Thank you. Well, it's been a month since I saw her last. I really miss her so. I can still remember the way she moves underneath the sky so blue. I said my goodbyes on a lonely beach somewhere down in Mexico. Turned around and I walked away, boarded a plane bound for home. I miss the ocean. I miss the sand in my toes. I miss the ocean. And watching the soft waves roll. I wanna go back now where I belong, with a pier and a fishing pole. I miss the ocean, babe. It's deep, 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 deep down in my soul. Well, this job's real fine and the house is good. Kids are doing well, but oysters and beer ain't the same up here, and pavement won't fill my sails. I wanna go back now where the sun is hot and I can smell that salty air. Find a porch swing and play my guitar. I'll sit beside you there. I miss the ocean. I miss the sand in my toes. I miss the ocean. And watching the soft waves roll. I wanna go back now where I belong, with a pier and a fishing pole. I miss the ocean, babe. Deep, 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 deep down in my soul. Oh, won't you come with me? It'll be real fine. We'll run away and leave this life behind. We'll find an empty chair on a beach somewhere. Watch the sun go down at the ocean side. We'll catch the breeze, it's our last chance. Let's fly away on the next high tide. I miss the ocean. I miss the sand in my toes. I miss the ocean. And watching the soft waves roll. I wanna go back now where I belong, with a pier and a fishing pole. I miss the ocean, babe. It's deep, 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 deep down in my soul.
We're wrapping up the show. When we come back, this is Coastal Living.
Down.
Good job. I was trying to find
go ahead and start playing.
Guys, we had such an amazing show today. We want to thank you for joining us today and every weekday for our regulars. Thank you, Captain John Little, for teaching us how to tie that perfect knot or make that really cute bracelet with fishing line. Thank you, Jordan and Dan, for talking Art Walk, and we know we have Comic-Con to look forward to. Now, we do want you in your Spider-Man costume next time, okay? All right. Make plans to be out there tonight to enjoy Art Walk and First Fridays. Thank you, Ashley, with JBBM Marketing and Roundup Days, and of course, Dan Harrington for his musical performance. We had such a great time today, guys. And of course, big shout out to Kendall for her awesome job at co-hosting. All right, guys, have a really fun and safe weekend. We love you so much. Don't forget to post photos of all the fun things that you do so we can share them next week. Have a fun and safe weekend. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching Coastal Living on KZTV. To see more, visit coastallivingtv.com.